Hey, it's Emily from By Emily Jane, where I do website strategy and design for wedding pros. And today we're going to be looking at the homepage of a wedding officiant. This is somebody who has done a really amazing job on her website copy already. So all of the written content is great. The way the website is organized is awesome, but what's letting it down a little bit are the visuals. So that's what I'm going to be talking to her about and sharing those tips with you if you might be in that situation where you're proud of the way that you've explained your services and everything, but you don't know how to make the aesthetics more impactful. So let's jump in. I took a look through your site so I could get a good feel for your business and everything. And then I looked you up on Google a few different ways. And let me first talk about what's coming up on your Google results. So the first thing I notice is that your job title or your service isn't actually showing up for me on the search result. So that is actually the most important thing that we need people to be able to see, and it could be preventing them from actually clicking on this because we can't even see the fact that you're a wedding officiant in the title or marriage commissioner or whatever you want to call it. But we probably need that term to be first. And then, if you push this over, if the word area gets cut off or if you delete the word area to save space, that's probably totally fine because you can always elaborate in the description if there's like a wider service area that you work within, or if you want to define that a little bit more clearly, you can do that in the description. And then, so let me talk about this heading here. One, I feel like it's a bit hard to read, and so you might want to consider changing the color of it or changing the font just to make it more legible. But that being said, I'm guessing that since it's the heading at the top of your page and the biggest heading on the page, that it's probably being tagged as heading 1, quote unquote, in your website code. So if that's the case, then you are telling Google that this is the most important keywords on this page. And that's actually not true. We really need Google to know that this is the main keyword. So if you want to switch those around, that might be smart. But we just want to make sure that this one is tagged as heading 1. Now, the other thing about this section is that I don't feel like this is the best image to use as a banner image because it's a little bit blurry, and I can tell you've worked really hard on putting this website together. So you have such great information on every page. You have such great photos, testimonials, calls to action, really all the important elements that you need to make an effective website. And so the one thing that I want to touch on is some of the design stuff, some of the aesthetic stuff, because I feel like that's what's pulling it down and bringing it down a level. So like if we could get a crisper, clearer image up here, or something that's more high resolution, that would really help polish it up. Now, the other thing, just like with design in general, that I feel like it's just missing a little bit of personality, a little bit of color or uniqueness. Because one thing about your brand that you talk about a lot is your unique wedding ceremony and having something that's completely customized to each couple. So I don't really see or feel that on the homepage. I see, first of all, one photo. So I would love to see more photos on the homepage. Instead of having them all tucked away on like the reviews page, because I don't think it's super important for your type of business to have a photo gallery for people to look through. I think it's much more effective to have these photos dispersed on every page so that no matter what page they're on, it feels very inviting and exciting. And you can clearly see that like you're walking the walk when it comes to like celebrating people's unique weddings, because look at all of this range of weddings that you've done. So that is going to be more effective to have a lot of those pictures on the homepage, especially. And then, there are so many websites that look similar to this in terms of, white background, gray text, black text, that sort of thing. Very simple design. So if you can add more photo banners, that would help liven it up a bit, help it stand out a little bit more, but also just more color in general. So like this soft green color, if that's the brand color that you're sticking with, let's like go further with it. Let's really maximize using that color. So instead of having a gray background, you could have that color as a background, and then have black text so that it's very easy to read. But you could alternate between having white background and a green background as you go down the page, and that's just going to help it be a little bit more memorable, a little bit more like branded. And then, so honestly, the only other thing I would add is a photo of you to this page. It's because I saw your photo on the About page and I was like, oh my gosh, that is awesome. I wish I could have seen you on the homepage. I mean, you're way back here, but you're blurry and you're kind of covered up. And I just think it's really great to introduce yourself because you are the one and only person that they're going to be working with in this business. So yes, I hope that is very helpful. Those are all my thoughts for your homepage. But like I said, you've done a great job with building all of this out so far, and so you should be super proud of that. You have such great stuff to work with, and yeah. So thank you so much for being a part of my community, and I hope that you find this helpful. So, if you are wondering after watching that if your copy is up to par, or if your visuals are up to par, or your images, or something else, I actually have a quiz that will help you decide which piece of your website needs the most work right now. So, it will tell you which one you should start with, and you can go from there, and it'll give you an actionable game plan and some resources to help with that and all that good stuff. So I will leave the link in the comments, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.